my name is Muhammad Daniel bin Muhammad Romel. So today our group will present about a project that is transmission gear. So my group consists of 4 members, that is me, Daniel, and Victor, Amir Shahmi, and also Yithayaraaj. And for our lecturer that taught us our inventor subject is Encik Rexka Anak Jamid. So I've created a spur gear for our transmission project, and the function of spur gear is to transfer a power or motion from one shaft to another shaft in a mechanical setup. So I will proceed on how to create a spur gear in an inventor software. Okay, so the first step is to pitch a circle with 60mm diameter and addendum circle diameter of 64mm and dedendum circle diameter of 55.33mm. The next one is to create an arc between addendum and dedendum circle and use coincidental constraint, then mirror it respect to the y-axis and set the base of the tooth dimension is 4.2mm. The next one is to trim all those lines that aren't needed to be extruded and set the upper back tooth thickness with 1mm. Extrude for 20mm and create a circular pattern with 30 units. Fillet 0.1mm for the dedendum of the circle and create a circular pattern by selecting the fillet on the steps and select 30 units of it. The next one is to create a hole of the shear gear. The first step is by create a circle with 40 diameter millimeter. The next one is by creating another circle with 20 diameter of millimeter and extrude it as shown for 15mm and cut as shown through all. Extrude it all so that it creates a hole. Is to create a rectangle with a dimension of 7 by 6mm and cut it through all. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Yithayaraaj from class DKM3C. So now I'm going to present about the second part of our project, which is the transmission, and I made the drive shaft. So I started the second part by firstly making a circle with a diameter of 20mm, as you can see in the drawing, to connect with the sprue gear. Then I extruded the circle with the length of 55mm. Then I made another circle at the back of the extruded part with the diameter of 26mm, where I can repeat the step again. By extruding this circle with the length of 180mm. After that, I did another circle again at the end of the extruded part with the diameter of 15mm and extrude it again to the length of 32mm to connect it to the pulley. Nextly, I did an indentation on the first piece of the drive shaft, which there is 3 pieces, and the first piece for the pin to be inserted by making a plane that is offset 6mm from the exact plane, which is the center, by using the offset from plane option. Then I made an oval shape by using slot with the dimension of 7mm times with 6mm, which is 7mm from the starting point, as you can see from the front view, and I extruded it upwards by using 4mm. I did the same thing on the last piece of the drive shaft, but the differences is I made the indentation to go until the end of the piece, which will be attached to the pulley with the pin inserted to it and is 23mm from the starting point. Lastly, I made a chamfer of 1mm to the both end of this part and a fillet of 2mm to the end to the both end of the second piece, which is the middle piece, which makes the end of this part, as you can see. Okay, so that's all from me. And thank you.
Hello, my name is Amir Shahmi Irwan. I'm from DKM3C. I've made the building list for this project, and this is how I made the part. So first, I select the XY plane to start the 2D sketch, and after the first sketch is done, I extrude it to build the body with 77 diameters. After that, I made the sketch on the body. Then I make a hole using extrude function to create a cylinder shape with 32 millimeters long. For a small detail, I've made the pinhole using the extrude cutting function. After that, we add the surplus for the belting disc. Start with adding new sketch on the disc body and extrude it with 4 millimeters thickness and 92 diameter. To complete the part, I've added the chamfer on the surplus edge. Finally, the belting disc is done and ready to use.
My name is Victor Dixon from DKM3C. So I will present about part 4 for our transmission gear, which is the name of the project is pin. So for you all can see there will be two pin, which is the width are different, which is on the left are bigger than right. So the left side, so you will open the part and you will begin with the length which is 40 mm and the height is 8 mm. So you and I will do the fillet on the corner, which is the radius is 4 mm. So I will extrude it into to the dimension, which is the width will be 7 mm. So on the next, on the right side is same. So you open part and the length is 22 mm and the height is 6 mm. So the fillet is 3 mm on the corner, and after that you extrude it. After that the width will be 6 mm, so it will be on the what you see on the slide.